Hello everyone, today I'm gonna go through another critique video and then do some more editing of my photos from the Seattle trip. So if you want to join the critique list, just comment on my first photo of the Instagram, the latest photo of the Instagram, stating that you want to join the list. So let's get started. So I have pre-typed the list. So the first one, I like the backlighting in this one. These two has nice backlight in this, nice reflection as well. Although I might need to crop down the white on the right side. It doesn't serve a lot of purpose to me on the right side, so I would just crop it. Make sure that you can either play the two ways. You can push to the 1/3 and then leave the reflection on one side, or if the background, if this side is more interesting, make the glass 1/3 the other side. So other than that, nice tone, nice backlighting, so keep it up. Next one. So let's see, the cropping seems too tight on this one, and then there are some branches. Make sure that the head are not near those branches, and it's a little bit too strong to me when the head near the branches. And make sure the cropping, even in the square, it's not cropping the head also. I know the Instagram crop is like 4x5. Sometimes it's very easy to crop it like 4x5 crop. So just like this one, the crop wouldn't crop the top part, making it consistent that it wouldn't crop the forehead. As long as you make it through most of the pose, it will look much better. This one, I like the red tone, the red color dress matches the red door in here. I will probably ask her to turn to the other side toward the door, and then because right now the composition is like she's facing out from the red, and this yellow is too strong to me. So I would just eliminate the yellow, ask her to turn to the door direction, and then compose the other way instead. That's my opinion on that composition. Next one. So this one, from the feed consistency standpoint, make sure the cropping also. I saw a lot of cropping through the head part, and just make sure that it's not completely cropping out the head. So this one is similar to my other pose. So next one. Okay, so this one mostly doing selfie in this one. Just also make sure the head is not cropping it from the background. It's like not too strong line directly back to the head. Next. So from the feed consistency standpoint, these two are very similar tone. I would not post these two together because right now in the top 9 you have like most of them are purple tone. So make sure just alternatively post one color each so that it makes the feed more interesting. Okay, so a lot of landscape in this one. I see it's in Sacramento, nice fireworks, long exposure. And for portrait, if you have light color outfit, make sure the background is darker so to stand out more, because right now in the back those colors are similar to the color that is your head, the hat. So it's you need to find some darker background to stand out the portrait. So instead of directly placing the portrait behind those bright color, find some darker color as a backdrop. I like the backlighting in this one. I probably will compose it this way, that position the baby on the top third area of the grid, so that it's more in the composition standpoint, because there are too much extra space on the left. So I would just compose position the baby on the top left third area. The third area of the position. Okay, next one. So I see that you're doing consistently post 3 shots in a row. I like the shadow play in this one. Nice shadow play and nice tone in here. As long as you're keeping consistent. The background seems too busy to me. A lot of like these lines across the hair, the head area. Make sure the background is not that busy also. So since you saw a lot of lines crossing, as long as the lines are good pattern, I'm fine with it. I'm usually finding like good pattern lines instead of these still lines. Sometimes still line create some distraction when you look far away. But if you have a pattern that going through leading to the head, that will be cool. Just like this one, these extra lines on the left, it doesn't serve a purpose, but if you crop them out, it will become a stronger portrait for me. So that's my opinion on the cropping. Next one, from the feed consistency standpoint, this white background and the dark background sudden change to me. So you need a subtle change. Maybe you post this one and then post a subtle dark and then post a dark background on the border, so that it makes more consistent transition to me. Because this background is white and then this one is black, suddenly drop to me, it creates a sudden change to me. So just be sure of the background transition. So this one, I see that you have an overall bright tone going on in here in this feed. As I have been talked about a lot, be sure on all these lines, like strong lines, because the outfit is black and then these strong lines is near the head. It sometimes create a separation, distraction on the background also. So nice flowers near the portrait, but you can just turn the camera to the left so that it has more this area. So you can ask the portrait to go to her left so that you use this as a background to completely eliminate out that black pole in the background. Next one, I like the tone in this one. This seems too less of space to me. What I want is if the eye is looking toward the left, leave the left side more space to me. I like the framing of this one, nice framing through the chair, and the tone in this one is nice, but I don't like the lines in here. You can actually patch out the black in there also, so the lines kind of like distracting because it's cut to the elbow area, kind of like distracting my eyes a little bit. So just make sure all those details be aware of. Next one, so I like your arrangement of portrait and then landscape together. This one has a strong line from far away. This one near the body, I will position her not too close to these lines right there. And then I like the tone in this one, and I think the lighting is nice too in the face. So for the landscape shots, I will crop it tighter because you have to send certain message, like you don't have to use 2 trees in the foreground. So right now it's like 2 trees. One is this one, the other one in attracting my eye is the left one. So make sure you can just crop it on the right side so that it's more concentrated on the first single tree. Like just crop it, make sure in the third area. So that's it. And then my last one, this is the last shot. This one cropping too close of the portrait to me. At first I thought there's another 1-2 slots, like two photos in one pose, but it seems like you're cropping the portrait too close to the face. You can crop it more to the right side. Like all this space, I don't need it. If I need a complete face, I want to crop it more to the right side. From the feed consistency standpoint, this one has the white background and then this one has the darker background. It's a sudden transition to me. So what I suggest is you post this one and then post this one because the edge is not too dark, and then you post a dark one on the edge also. So all you need is a transition from the bright to semi-dark and then to the darker one. So that's my arrangement of the portrait consistency. So if you want to join the list, just comment on my latest post on my Instagram. So next I'm just going through quickly on the editing. So this is my editing process. So this trip I was in Seattle, so this shoot was with Michelle, and then we had so much fun finding the PNW vibes in it. So I will use the a little bit of HB2 because the blue tone overall is very nice already. So I will just use a little bit, and then even I can create a temperature a little bit warmer, because if it's too cold it feels like there's like too pale on the skin tone. So I will just crop it, and then I don't need too much of the color change it, because the Fujifilm JPEG by originally is very cool already. So I'm gonna position her to the left side of the grid, the left third area, because her face is facing toward the right side, so leave more room to the right side instead. Okay, so that's my first edit, and then you can save as, and then you can choose the actual size, and then you save it. So my next one, this one is in the park in Seattle. So I'm gonna use E5 for this one. A lot of people ask me how to tone these locations. So right now I'm just showing you. I use the E5 to tone this location. Many of you have seen my Instagram post near this location. So I'm just showing you how I edit this location's tone. Basically, I like I choose the tone based on the outfit and background. Right now the outfit has a little bit of the brown, so I'm gonna use the E5 for it. So I'm just making sure in the center, and then it has a nice light feel on the background also. So just save it. So this is pretty much it. And then the next one is similar, so I'm gonna just copy and then paste the edit. So I paste the edit, and then it's pretty quick. And this one you can edit a different way. You can use E6. E6 has more green to it, so you can see the original JPEG, and then you have more green to play with. You can just reduce the exposure a little bit, because each picture the exposure is different, so I just adjust it based on a little bit of the location differences. And then I make sure that the head part leave a little bit of the headroom, 4x5 for Instagram, and then save it. So I save a more green tone style for this shot. And then the next one, this one was with Jordan in a coffee shop. So I'm gonna use the E5 for this one through the window glass, and then you can see a little bit of reflection from the car, all these lines from the car. So I'm gonna use reduce the exposure a little bit, increase the contrast more, and then I'm gonna save some highlight, save, and then increase the sharpness. So basically that's all my edit right now. So I'm gonna save it. Yep, and then I'm gonna use it later for the Instagram. This one also with Jordan, I'm gonna use HB2 more city style with the backlighting. We have some backlight just in the morning in Seattle, so it's very nice that we have some backlighting so that we can do some backlighting portrait. So I'm gonna adjust the rotation and then adjust the 2x3. So this one usually 2x3 you can do it from the store for the story. So I'm gonna crop a little bit like this, and then that's it for this one. And then another one is from the library. I like this Seattle Public Library, it's very nice. So I'm gonna just crop 4x5 and increase the contrast. For later I'm gonna crop 4x5. I'm reducing the exposure, increase the highlight safe a little bit. Let me increase highlight safe, and then rotate a little bit more. And then the next step is the final step is the cropping. Make sure that it is in the top third area, and then both sides the book are leading lines to the portrait. So let me save it, save as, and then actual size. Okay, so this one back to the with Michelle, and then we are back in the wood area. So I'm gonna use E5 for this one since it has more wooded tone. I'm going to increase the temperature because the skin tone looks too cold to me, and then increase the contrast, reduce the exposure a little bit more, and then I'm using 4x5 crop. I like the emotion that Michelle has. Michelle is very fun to work with, so it's super cool that we met in Seattle, so it's nice. So I'm gonna save this one, save as. And then the last photo is also from the tennis court. I'm gonna use, because the original picture, the color is very nice already. I don't need to edit too much of the color. All I need just adjust a little bit of the highlight, and then contrast, a little bit more contrast, and then reduce the exposure. And then I'm gonna crop it 2x3, sometimes for the stories. So I'm going to leave it around that area, so leave a lot of headrooms. So that's my editing process. A lot of people ask me about the editing process, so I have been shooting a lot of photo shoots in Seattle, so I have a lot of behind the scene video coming up, and then a lot of video to catch up also. So if you want to join the critique list, just comment on my first photo, the latest photo on Instagram, and then saying that you want to join the list. So thank you so much for watching the critique and editing video. See you next time. Bye.